Alright, and we're live. If anybody's in the chat there, last time I started the stream I had a problem where I thought I was live, but I wasn't. I think I've got that fixed this time, but if somebody could just give me a shout if they're getting video and audio on the stream, I'd appreciate that. Other than that, let's dive in. It's time to experiment with science. Rocket science. Let's do it. So we've got 238,000 Kerbal bucks and 48 science. So we could buy something, but we're going to start out with trying to do a bunch of contracts here. So let's take a look at what's actually on our plate at the moment. We still have this conductive focused observational survey of Kervin, which we haven't been able to do because we haven't been able to drive our ships. And we don't have a space plane. Anyway, Dave, hello, welcome to the stream. Good to have you. So, take a crew report in flight below 16,400 meters near site WW36B. Let's see if we can't figure this out. WW36B, if we go to the map here, how do I do that? Now, I thought if I hit M, I could go to the map, but I guess that's wrong. Tracking station, maybe from here? Yeah, here we go. All right, so if we look at the map, WW36B is southwest. No, wait, what is this? Sector LGDB. Where is actually our launch site? I think if I put a, we go to the launch pad with just the PopCap one, I guess. And then we go to the tracking station. Messages, resources, alarm clock, contracts. Delta V tools. What is this? Storage. KSpedia. All right. Abort action group. How do I actually leave this? Maneuver, toggle map. Toggle map. There we go. Okay, that's one thing I do want to do. So if we toggle the map, we can see... Oh, actually, this is a much better view. Okay, so here's PopCap 1 ready to launch. And here is the location we're trying to get to. So we want to go west and just a teeny tiny bit south. And we want to get our altitude below 16.4 kilometers. So, if we go back to, let's see, Space Center Tracking Station. Yeah, we can also see it from this view. So we want to go west. Which means the PopCap, we're going to recover for 100% of everything. Should be fine. We're going to go to the VAB, and we're going to build a vehicle that we can maneuver. So, let's take a look at Pandian. Good morning. And yes, we started a little bit early. So we want to build a maneuverable vessel that we can control, which means two things. One, we're going to need that swivel engine. This is the one that could actually be maneuvered, and we're going to need to crew this vessel with our pilot. So, let's build the simplest rocket we can that can maybe complete this contract. The LVT-45 can deflect its thrust, aiding craft control. All these added mechanics, however, make for a slightly smaller and heavier engine in comparison with other LVT models. Now, let's take a look in the KSpedia. Let's look at rocketry. We probably need to spend some time reading this on each stream to get a little bit of actual information rather than just pressing buttons and seeing what happens. Let's start with the basics. The Kerbal race has always wanted to get into space. Here's some information on how to make this a reality. This information should help you go from a pile of parts like below to a controllable rocket. Forces. Forces that apply to rockets, which excludes ground impact force. When your vertical... Okay, so thrust is the force of the engines propelling the rocket forwards. When your vertical thrust is greater than your weight and drag, you are on your way to the stars. If it's the other way around, you're headed for less than stellar destinations. Drag, this aerodynamic force is caused by air resistance as the rocket moves through air. So this only applies when we're in atmosphere. And then weight, this force comes from gravity, pulling the rocket down. Stability. Let's get things nice and stable. Designing a rocket so that it will want to fly straight is one of the first challenges you will face. We have some UI helpers, the center of mass, the center of lift, and the center of thrust. Center of lift versus center of mass. By building so the center of lift is behind the rocket, center of mass, the aerodynamic forces on the rocket will help to keep it stable. Okay, so the center of lift is this one, and the center of mass is this one. So the further that we can separate this, I guess the better. Static stability. This method is using some of the principles of static stability to help you keep going in the right direction. Centered. Keeping to the center, keeping your thrust centered will also help keep things going where you want. So there's the center of mass and there's the center of thrust. Build your rocket keeping the center of thrust pushing through the center of mass. This means that the engine will not apply rotation to the rocket under thrust. Misaligning this is like using a fire extinguisher in an office chair. Note, Mission Control does not endorse the use of fire extinguishers as office chair propellant. So this is aligned, this is off-center, and this is rotated. Interesting, okay. Symmetry. Symmetrical sensibility. When attaching components to your vessels, the symmetry tools can help you keep things aligned with the center of mass, center of thrust, and center of lift. Symmetry helpers have angle snap on and off, 2x, 3x, 4x, and more. Note there is also mirror symmetry, which is especially useful for building planes. That editor is available in the space plane hangar, which we haven't spent a lot of time in yet. Roblox Astronaut, hello, welcome to the stream. Using radial symmetry and snap, you can quickly add 2, 3, 4, etc. parts around the center of the rocket to maintain good balance. Note the misaligned thrust here. Okay. Try to add these manually as possible, but it will never be exactly balanced. If you do it manually, you'll likely require constant inputs to stay on course. Control. I think we'll skip over aerodynamics here and go into control. When building a vessel, you will use a number of control parts, and there are 2 types of parts to consider. Having one type and not the other will leave you floundering for control. Player input. Probe cores, manned pods. These parts allow you to input controls to the vessel. Okay. Reaction wheels, control surfaces, gimbaled engine, RCS thruster, control sources. These parts apply force to the vessel via airflow over surfaces, torque from gyroscopes, gimbaled engine movement, and direct thrust from thrusters. Now, I don't really know what reaction wheels are. Control surfaces sort of makes sense. This makes a little bit of sense. This is like for orienting your vehicle before a main engine fires. And then the gimbaled engine, I learned a little bit about watching Michael Linsenmeyer's stream yesterday. Roblox Astronaut, are we going to orbit today? I'm not sure of the answer to that. We're going to do a bunch of contracts and see what we can get. Let's look at engines. So there are types of rocket engines here. Liquid fuel engines, the primary engines for rockets. These have variable thrust and require tanks of liquid fuel and oxidizer attached. The solid rocket booster, as the name suggests, these engines are typically used as boosters to get things moving. They carry their own fuel, and once lit, cannot be throttled or shut off. So we've built a couple of different rockets using these to go straight up. But I think I understand. You want to use boosters to kind of get going, and then you have liquid fuel engines if you want to steer. So we'll see what's possible. Ion engine, this family of low-thrust engines are particularly useful for probes. They run on xenon gas and electric charge, and are particularly useful for long, low-thrust burns. We haven't unlocked any of these yet. Let's see, supplies. Rocket fuels, the most common of resources. Liquid fuel and oxidizer are used together to power the majority of rocket engines. Electric charge is used by all electronic parts and is critical for unmanned craft. Xenon gas, the fuel that is used by highly efficient ion engines. They also need EC to run electric charge. And monopropellant, mostly used by the RCS. I believe that is... We don't have a definition for that yet. Mostly used by the RCS. This is the fuel for control thruster. So rocket control something. Service and science. Protecting delicate science equipment. When considering that we're literally hurtling stuff into space here, sometimes there's a need for protection from the elements, both during liftoff and re-entry. Right, so if you're going into orbit or coming back from orbit, and you don't have stuff inside a heat shield, it's just going to burn up. There are a range of experiments you can perform with equipment ranging from full-blown labs down to delicate gravioli sensors. Service containers. These utility parts can hold a number of small components to protect them from drag, heat, and minor collision. All right. Hatches and ladders, cargo system, multiple stages, stability assist. Actually, let's take a look at stability assist. Assistance to stay stable. Kerbal pilots and many probes can use the Stability Assistance System, SAS. This can help to keep your vessel pointed in the desired direction. The SAS modes can be seen to the left of the nav ball here. Okay, so we have a stability mode, a maneuver mode, prograde and retrograde, normal and anti-normal, radial and anti-radial, and target and anti-target. That's a lot to take in. At its most basic, SAS will hold the heading of your vessel. This is called stability mode. More advanced modes allow you to target other directions as shown with the matching nav ball markers. Okay. What's pushing that? SAS uses control sources to apply force to get you back on target. If there's not enough force, you may need more control parts or a different design. Okay, so these are the reaction wheels and the RCS thrusters, the gimbaled engine here, and the control surfaces. Note, these will consume resources. You need to be mindful if you leave SAS engaged for a long time. Okay. All that's pretty good. We have more to read here. Girders, plates, and struts. Fairings. All right. I do want to make a point to kind of go into the KSPD and try and learn actual stuff from time to time. But let's get building a rocket here. Why not, right? Let's see. For some reason, I am not... Well, maybe I need to put something in here. Let's just start with the fuel engine. Okay, there we go. So I can move up and down. So if we take a look at the right stick here, we have the shroud and the gimbal limit. So I'm not sure what all of these are. The thrust limiter, if we're driving manually, we probably don't need that. I'm not sure about the shroud. And the gimbal can be free or locked. Okay, so we definitely want it free. Now, apparently, we can also limit the gimbal. So this would be a way to kind of like prevent maneuvers that are too violent. We can kind of prevent our SAS system or our pilot from doing too much. But I think for this first attempt, we'll just leave it free. And then we have a shroud, a truss mount, and a bear. Huh, interesting. I think we'll just leave it on the default. So our engine's going to need some fuel. These are boosters, so we don't want this. We want fuel tanks, and we only have the one. The FL T100 fuel tank. Jebediah Kerman's Junkyard and Spacecraft Parts Company. So let's stick this on top. And then we'll need a capsule, and this would be our most basic rocket, I believe. We can turn on those things we just learned about as well. The center of mass, center of thrust, and aerodynamics. Okay. What was the other one? Center of something else? But our center of thrust is below our center of mass, so that's good. Let's put on a decoupler here, because we're going to want to land. And then we'll put on a capsule. And we'll put on a parachute. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. I think we'll add some fins for aerodynamics. The basic fin versus the winglet. I'm not quite sure what the difference would be. Well, this costs 500 and this costs 25. This could be a cargo part, lifting surface, relative wing area 0.12. This has a much higher relative wing area, but it is more expensive. So this is a simple rocket. We'll go with a basic fin, and we'll snap it on. Let's get rid of the overlays here. Now we want this below. We do want this below the... maybe we don't need these per se. Because I was going to say we want them below the decoupler, but it seems like we can't quite attach it there. So maybe we'll just launch without the wings and see how we do. Or maybe, is there some other type of, let's see, pods, fuel tanks? I could add another fuel tank, but I don't think I want to do that. Command and control, structural. We could throw a girder on there. Coupling, payload, aerodynamics. What is this? An aerodynamic nose cone. Okay, so we can't use this because we're using the what's it called? The parachute. We do have a communication satellite. We could put some science experiments on here. EVA jetpack, utility. Don't need then. Yeah, we probably don't need the fins, right? We're probably fine. Okay. What are these? Tool, place, move, rotate, reroute. Okay. So, I think this is fine. So this is our first controllable spacecraft. We'll call it the Maneuver 1. And say controllable gimbaled engine. And we're going to save this. We do need to crew it with a pilot. I believe, I might be wrong about this, but I believe the engineer and the scientist can't actually control it. I'm not sure, but we'll go with Valentina here. We'll crew her in. Save that again. And now remember, we want to head west. So cargo and switch editor. All right. So we're gonna start over here. Oh, you know what we should do? We should look at our stages here. So the engine stage is first, followed by separation by the decoupler, and then last is the parachute, which we should also configure. So we want the altitude to be around probably 1300, and minimum pressure is fine. I mean, we don't need a huge minimum pressure. We're going to be in the atmosphere for most of this. But let's just set it to the max so it fires off as low as possible if we stage it too early. If we configure the crew module here, reaction wheels, pilot only, normal, SAS, I'm not sure about that. Wheel authority, don't know what that is. We have nothing in the inventory. Configure vessel naming, control point, toggle torque. Reaction wheels. Lights on, toggle flag, mirror flag. And, okay, so there's not a lot we can do there. We'll take a look at the fuel tank. We could limit the amount of fuel and oxidizer it has, but I don't know that we want to do that. It would save us some money, but I don't know that it's worth it. This is a pretty cheap vessel anyway. And then if we look at this, we've already kind of looked at this. All right, so we've kind of got stuff set up. Now, the other thing we could do is throw some science on it. Now, I think we've already kind of done all the science that we could do from the launch pad. And I don't think the site is far enough away for us to do more science. But we can do some crew reports and stuff and find out. We can't exit the pod in the atmosphere while we're flying, only in space or on the ground. And what else could we think about? You know what? I think I will just throw some science on here just in case, just to test it. Because this is fairly cheap. 900, 800. Well. Let's go take a quick look in the research and development at the archives. So we've got crew reports from Kerbin Shores, Launchpad, VAB, while flying over Kerbin Shores and while in space near Kerbin. I don't know why this had 0. But so we could do another crew report while flying west. Maybe if we're not on the shore, we'll get a different value. We've got EVA reports from the launch pad and the VAB. We've got mystery goo observation from launch pad and while flying at Kerbin. So I don't think we'll see any value from a goo report. Temperature scan from launch pad while flying over Kerbin. Okay. And then recovery of a vessel from a flight and a suborbital flight. So temperature scan and mystery goo, I don't think we can get anything more here unless... I don't know why it says 11 hidden. Unless we can change biomes. And that might be the case, but let's go do this contract first and see whether we end up with a crew report from a different biome when we land near our target site. And the other thing we could do is go into mission control here and look at other available contracts. So we don't want any of the focused surveys. We are using a T-45. Let's take a look at this. The swivel liquid fuel engine. Landed at Kerbin. The number of times we've achieved sudden combustion. Oh, sorry, read the chat. Add some science and launch from runway. Read the chat. Hey, Michael Linsenmeyer, welcome to the stream. So we haven't unlocked the ability to launch from the runway yet, Roblox. We are probably going to do that today, though. So you're saying there's ways to get science by launching from the runway. Oh, wait a minute. I see what you're saying. Okay, hold on. So we can get science just from putting it on the runway, because that's a different biome, right? That's actually a good idea. All right, we'll come back to this in a moment. Let's go into the VAB, and let's load up. Or actually, I guess we can just... How do we launch from the runway? Let's go to the spaceplane hangar. And let's load up. Okay, I don't have any... We can load from the VAB. Let's load the pop cap. Because this is just a thing that does nothing. And then if we launch... yeah, let's launch from the runway. Okay. So now we're in a now we're on the runway instead of the launch pad. We can do some stuff. So let's go ahead and do a crew report. Yeah, 1.5 science. All right. Reporting in at the runway. Good thing there's not a lot of air traffic because I don't think we ever got a clearance from the tower to be here. All right, so there's some science right there. You know what? Let's actually revert this. Let's revert flight. Revert to the hangar. And then let's move this down here. Oh, we do want you vertical. How do I... now he's not... This is interesting. I can't... it's turned sideways now. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we don't need the ring here. And we can probably do some science from the runway, so let's do that. Let's go ahead and throw a goo pod on there, and let's throw a thermometer on there as well. And where is the hatch? There it is. Okay, so let's rename this to the Science-y Slug. And let's save this, and then let's launch from the runway. You don't even need to have wheels. You need a pilot to do EVA points. Put barometric and temp gauge and collect those points. Yeah, okay. So Jebediah is in here. Let's start over. Let's see how much science we can generate. So we're going to do a crew report. Okay, we're going to keep that. Then, let's see. We're going to have Jebediah EVA. And then he is going to do an EVA report. EVA report from runway. I don't think a spacesuit was necessary. Okay, we're going to keep that. And if we right-click on this, we can store that experiment. Okay. Now, we're going to have him let go and come over here and mess around with the other two science thingamajigs. So if I right-click on this, we're going to observe the mystery goo. Oh, externally controlled by a scientist. Okay, we can't do that one. What about this one? Only externally controlled by a scientist. Okay. So do I want to then get back in and maybe I could do it from inside? Or maybe I want a scientist to do this. Hang on, that's a good idea. Let's revert the flight back to the hangar and let's change the crew to a scientist. And let's save this. And now let's launch from the runway. Okay, let's try this again. So first we do a crew report. Keep that. Then we EVA. We do a EVA report. Keep that. Store it in the capsule. Then we let go. Let's come around here and see if we can observe the goo from outside with the scientist now. Now he's wearing he's wearing his Let's remove the helmet and the neck ring. You don't really need it for the space plane. We're here on Kerbin. What else can you do? He can't seem to take a soil sample. I've read about that, but maybe we don't have the right science level. Let's try to observe the mystery goo. Mystery goo observation from runway. Good, we've got new science. This is a different location. The goo seems to behave very much the same as it always does around here. So let's keep the experiment. And then we'll have him... Wait a minute. If we go back around to the hatch here, we can grab. And now we can... Let's see. Do we board it? And then we can... How do we store the crew report? We don't have a report for the mystery goo. Hang on, let's go back over here. Collect data. That's what I was missing. Removing the experiment data will render this module inoperable. Restoring functionality will require a scientist. Okay. So we could reset the goo canister or we can collect the data. I think we remove the data. Mystery goo TM. It's trademarked. I think it said the thing was inoperable. So now we can review stored data. Okay. And if we click here, now we can store the experiment. Oops. There we go. So now we have three experiments stored in the command module. Let's go around over to the thermometer and let's log the temperature. Temperature readings are quite literally nominal. Keep that experiment. Take data. Okay, so when you keep the experiment, it's stored in the science unit, and you have to take it out, and then you can store the experiment. All right, so now, is there anything else I can get from this little... I could do another EVA report. This is another 2.4 science. We'll keep that. And if we come over here, we can store that experiment. So EVA report from runway already stored in this module, so we can't do the same report twice. That's fine. All right. So now we go to, how do I recover this? So the recovery button's gone. You don't need a scientist, does not give extra points for using a scientist. You don't have to Ava to do the experiments. Run around the space center. Okay. I am concerned that I have not recovered this. Let me see if I can do that. If we go over to the runway here, we can recover Bob. And then we can recover the sciencey slug. Okay. 9.3 science earned. Very cool. All right. Let's do that. Now, somebody's saying run around the space center. In order to get back, you have to board the vessel. Apparently, I can just recover them separately, but I probably should have boarded the vessel after the EVA. Now, let's go back to the spaceplane hangar here, and let's launch the sciencey slug again. And now, this time, let's have Bob EVA. Let go. And I guess we can run around and maybe do reports from somewhere else, right? So, like, let's go over, let's start. Oh, man. Is there a run button? Let's warp this. Oh, this is going to take a while, you guys. Look at him. Look at him go. Look at his head, like, bobbing in the bottom right. In order to get back, okay. Now, can he Can he do an EVA report and hold on to like multiple reports if we run him around the space center here? Gosh, this is a crazy thing to do to get science. I wonder if I should build like a rover to drive around on Kerbin. I wonder if that's something I should do. Probably not. I think building a rover is going to have to wait for a while. You can do all these reports from each location with a vessel with science experiments, as well as doing them in water, the mountains, etc. Roblox is shouting no. What am I doing wrong? Do I not need to be like running around like this? You need wheels for a rover. Yeah. All the reports from each location with a vessel with science experiments, as well as doing them. Oh, I see. You need a vessel with wheels. So I should not be doing this? Well, we can do one crew report from one building. I guess I won't run around too much. But yeah, we could build a vessel with wheels, I suppose, if I unlocked it. Build a plane and drive it around. All right. Well, let's just do the proof of concept here. If we do, let's click on him here and do an EVA report. EVA report from Astronaut Complex. Yeah, 2.4 science. Okay, so we can keep that. And then we can run over to whatever this building is. I think this is administration, right? Can you actually go inside? Probably not, right? Well, let's do an EVA report here and see if we can keep both. Oh, no. See, it would overwrite the existing EVA report. So I would need a vehicle to store the information in. All right. Let's recover the vessel. And then we probably need to recover Bob, too. Okay, we recovered Bob. I don't think we got any science, though. Okay, so we will need some sort of vessel. What is that over there? Let's recover the sciencey slug for funds. What is this? What is that? I can't get any closer. I don't know what that is. Is that a grave? Is that a grave of somebody who died? Is there a little graveyard that pops up out here? Maybe. Okay. Well, that was interesting. We're up to 57.6 science. That's pretty good. I don't think I have wheels. Let me look to research and development here. We do have science. So, general rocketry, survivability, heat shield, barometer. This is another science part, I think. Landing struts. What do we have down here? Basic science. Flight control. Aviation. Okay, aviation does have wheels. So we could build a plane, some sort of plane with these, maybe. Steerable landing gear and fixed landing gear. So maybe this would be enough to build a plane and drive around. We have general construction, crew cabin, connector, decoupler, fuselage, brand adapter. No, yeah, brand adapter and launch stability enhancer. Okay. A lot of cool stuff here. So I think we will come back and unlock aviation in a minute, and we will try to build a space plane. Michael says, your biggest science gains will be orbits. I got about 260 science from orbiting the moon and doing experiments and reports. Landing in soil samples gives way more, but you aren't ready for that yet. I have that grave too. Okay, it is a grave then. I think I only killed one Kerbal so far. But let's go ahead and go back into mission control and look at these. I was looking at this one because we could do this together with the other contract we have, maybe, and get them both to work. All right, so let's read through this contract. The number of times we've achieved sudden combustion at Jebediah Kerman's Junkyard and Spacecraft Parts Company has led us to consider something. We don't actually know how to attach an LV-T45 swivel liquid fuel engine to other parts. From the bottom? Top? Is there even a way to tell which side is up? So we need a few simple tests run for us. All right, so they're going to advance us $1,600, and on completion, we get another $4,300 plus 1 science and prestige. To perform the test, activate the part through the staging sequence when all conditions are met. Incomplete and land it. Now, does this count it like from launch, or do we have to land and then activate it? I suppose we're gonna take this. Expires 13 minutes. All right. Well, that seems. 13 minutes seems a little rough. Let's accept the contract and let's go launch. What are we going to launch? The Maneuver 1 with Jebediah. All right. So, we're staged. We've got the liquid fuel. Let's take a look at... Okay, yes. Test. So, does test just mean... To perform the test, activate the part through the staging sequence when all test conditions are met. All right, so we're going to get this right away. And then, how do we see which direction is west? Because we need to fly west. Is there some sort of... What's it called? Is there a... oh my god, what is the word? Compass. Because we need to fly in this direction. Activate navigation. Oh, this is interesting. Navigation set to site WW3B6. Okay, I think that's good. Now, what does that get us? Do we see it on the map here? I still don't quite see it anywhere. Take a crew report in flight below 1,600 meters. Near site WW36B. Guys, do you have any ideas here? Press F4. F4. F4? Breathing. No, I want that. I don't want that. Oh no, I've got the this is the key for my keyboard, like LED lights. So F4 doesn't seem to be doing anything. You did say the water is east, right? Okay, so we can use that to orient ourselves. We go back to the map. All right, so the water's this way. I wonder what navigation is for here. Oh, is it on the gimbal, maybe? Hang on. Maybe it's something to do with the gimbal. No, all right. Well, so we've got pitch and yaw, roll, pitch. We've got pitch forward and backwards. We got yaw, and we got roll. So I think we want to head kind of roughly in this direction. It's a little bit more west than south, so we're gonna try to see if we can do something like this. All right, let's just launch and see what happens. Okay. Oh, we need a throttle, right? So we staged it. So we did complete that contract. Test complete. We've got some good data here. Thanks. And we got our rewards. Okay. So that one is done. And then if we hit Z, we'll do max thrust, right? And then I can X to kind of like, or I can drag the throttle down, and then it's shift and control. Press F4. F4 shows targets. Yeah, I pressed F4, but I do not see a target over in that direction. All right, we're just gonna launch. So I'm gonna Z. We're gonna go up. Cut this. I want it to go. Oh, nope. Okay. Well, that did not work the way I hoped it would. You know what? Let's try that again. Revert flight. Revert to launch. So I think we are going to set the throttle something like that. And then I wanted to I think I need to rotate first and then pitch forward. So let's try that. Okay. Try again. So hold on. Let me get a feel for how it's actually working now. So can I do some? Can I just make it fly? Let's go like this. Okay. So probably don't want that. No, sorry, Bob. Sorry, Bob. Let's revert to launch. So when I launched, so I'm gonna hit. I'm gonna throttle this up to about there, something like that. When I launch, if I push the S key, he goes that way. Okay. And wow, it's very sensitive. So he's going where? He's going towards the, so S goes towards the VAB. So that does, okay, the pitch is kind of confusing me. I think is it doing it based on the way I'm facing? So if I launch and hit S, then what? It comes towards me. Okay, okay. So S comes towards the camera. And F pushes it forward. So if I go like this... No, see, it's still on a particular axis. So we can sort of fly a little bit. We kind of like pick our direction and fly. What we're gonna have trouble doing is, okay. I mean, we can get kind of further away here. That's something. I don't think we have enough fuel to control this. T for SAS stability. Bob Schwan, you have to redo the other engine test contract as you reverted. Yeah, okay. Read all comments below the F4 contract. Lol. Hit T for stability. Oh, right. We should turn SAS on. Okay. Revert flight. So what I'm seeing is that when I launch, S is tilting it this... S is tilting it... I think we'll as soon as we launch, we get the... So S is tilting it this way. Let's just fly straight for a moment. So we can kind of go like this. So the drag from the atmosphere is kind of screwing us up. So really, what I want to do. Oh, and I forgot to turn on SAS for stability assist. He's still kind of flying here. Got surprising amount of lift on the body. Okay, so resume flight. No, revert flight. I want to use the roll, Q and E, a little bit first, and then hit S. Because we're going that way, I think, and we want to go more that way. So let's keep our throttle nice and low, like right on that line, I think. WASD in relation to your space pod window. Ah, okay. Can I rotate it on the launch pad? Can I rotate the ship here? Oh, I can. Oh, look at that. I can rotate it the way I want it before I actually launch. Okay, all right. Let's do something like this. All right, so we're rotated. We're roughly in that direction. Okay, we got our throttle here. And you know what? Let's actually do a quick save here. And let's try this again. All right, so we're going to launch, and we're just going to kind of press S a little bit. Okay, so I think we're headed in the right direction. Let's take a look. Oh, it's really far. It's pretty far. So we're not really near far enough. We are getting away from the launch pad there. Actually, We are kind of close. Below 1,600 meters, that's not a problem. So we're starting to fall. I suppose... Oh, we're entering. Okay. Crew report. From Grasslands. Keep the report. And the contract's done. Okay, all right. We actually got it. Let's go ahead and separate. And when we're at... Let's put our... Ooh, hurry up, hurry up. We're a little low here. We're a little low. Come on. Okay, that was a little closer than I would have preferred. We lost the engine and the fuel tank, unsurprisingly. But, ooh, wow, there it goes. Yeah, we're not recovering that. So we lost some money, I think, on this. Oh, okay. Wow, we did it. Now I kind of wish I had science crap over here. Oh, well. So what else can we do? Let's take a look. We don't want to overwrite the crew report, I don't think. But we can do... If I do this, it'll... Because we want to be... We want it to be flying. So I think what we'll do instead is we'll EVA. And we'll have Bob do an EVA report from Kerbin's Grasslands. Okay. Then we'll store that experiment. And what else could he do? We can't do a soil sample. We can't, we don't have any science experiments. So I guess we just have him get back in. We'll board this thing. And then we will recover the vessel. Let me check in with the chat here. Once your scientist has level 2, you can recover some wreckage. Okay. Well, let's recover the vessel and see what we get. So we got the crew report while flying over the grasslands, an EVA report from the grasslands, and recovery of a vessel that survived the flight. That's 0, because we've already done that. We did earn 5.9 science. We got back 97.6% of the value. So I guess the engine that we didn't get and the fuel tank weren't that expensive. And we got our crew back. Okay. And then if we look at our messages... We completed the liquid engine thingamajig. And we did the observational survey. Your assistance in gathering these observational reports has been indispensable. Thank you. And we got some money and some reputation. Okay. All right. So, guys, starter engines are pretty cheap. Fair enough. So we managed, even without a space plane, we did manage to fly over to that location. We got close enough that it counted. Now I wonder, would it be worth doing this again and heading into the grasslands with like some science stuff on there? Let's go take a look at our what contracts are available. So we have another one that we could do, same kind of thing, or we could try to build a plane, I guess. Let's see. Advance of 7,000 pays 4,000. 7,000, 14,000. 7,000, 13. 7,000, 13. Okay. So these are all roughly the same. Let's go to the tracking station and look at the map. Because these, I think, these over here are the ones that are available. So the closest one is OX1M. And I think it's because we're out on the coast, right? I think we're like there or something. I'm not actually sure. Hang on. If I go to the launch pad with the maneuver 1, I think I need a pilot to control it though, so I don't think we can take a scientist. I could try it. Can this guy control the gimbals and use SAS and stuff? Or not? I don't think he can use SAS. Maybe he can drive the ship manually. But if we go here, and then we look at the map, this map is kind of in a little bit lower. So we would, let's see, where are we? Yeah, so the sites were kind of along here. All right, so there's that little like there's that little island there, and then we're down here on this corner of the coast. So if we go back out to the tracking station, we can look at where these are. Yeah, so we're here. Okay, so with the vessel on the launch pad, we can actually see. So this is kind of the same location we just went to. This looks like it's in the mountains, and then this is north of us. I don't know why. What's the difference between red, yellow, and green? Maybe difficulty? But we can repeat that and go back to the grasslands with this one. So sector SM77T for OMB Demolition Enterprises. But they want an altitude above 16 kilometers. So we can't do that one. This one is below, and this one is below as well. Okay. So, Zaltonic Electronics. What does that say? 51RFX. I wish you could zoom in just a little bit more here. So yeah, 51RFX Zaltonic Electronics. Is it this one? 51RFX. Yeah, okay. The board of directors at Zaltonic Electronics have raised some troubling issues. Some Kerbals say that every place on Kerbin looks exactly the same. Yeah, we need to do this again. Okay, so take a crew report in flight below 16,000 meters near the zone. It's another easy one, I think. Let's take this contract. Pilots give SAS ability. If you don't have a pilot, no SAS. Add some science. Don't forget. Okay. You're going to want money increases to help you upgrade your facility. Check the admin building and find the deal that trades a percentage of rep earned for bonus money. Okay, we'll do that as well. Is there another R&D test we could do? At the same time, I don't know that we want a radial mount parachute. Radial mount. Kerbin flying 3,000 to 8,000. I don't think we can get that on this flight. We'll hold off on this for now. Let's go into administration. All right. So we've got a couple of different ways to do fundraising. Let's take a look at this. We can likely raise some money by exploiting the attention that we get out of new successful ventures to remind the well-to-do Kerbals out there that we could use their support and the contents of their wallets. This is probably going to be seen as a bit cheeky of us, so be prepared to face some backlash from the public. It takes 5% of reputation gains, yields 1,000 funds for each 1 unit of reputation, and setup is 7. What is our current? This doesn't have does this have a number on it somewhere? So our reputation is here somewhere. Commitment 5%. I guess we can afford it. Patents licensing. Our science data cannot afford setup costs. Okay. So we could get science here, public relations here, and operations here. Okay. So that's really expensive. I guess the fundraising campaign is the one we want. If a contract requires a part you don't have, it temporarily gives you access. You have plenty of rep. Bump it up to 10%. Oh, we can update it, huh? With 65 science points, I know. Okay. So we can bump this up to get more funds for more reputation. Okay, sure. We'll put it at 10% and accept the strategy. Are you sure you want to activate this strategy? It can't be modified once activated. Setup costs 11. No refund. Okay. There we go. So 10% of reputation gains are turned into 1,027 funds. Or Kerbucks, as I like to call them. All right, so we've got that set up. Let's go back into let's recover the vessel here. And let's go back into the VAB. And let's throw some science stuff on here for grasslands. Let's see. I think we don't need symmetry here, per se. As long as we sort of think about the fact that we're just flying a little bit in the atmosphere. So let's just stick this there, and we'll stick this right kind of next to it like that. Should be fine. And this is now the maneuver 2. We could add another fuel tank to get further. Now, here's something I want to test. If we put the, hold on. If we go down here to the engine and put the thrust limiter at like 30%, can we just hit like Z to max before we stage, and then that'll limit it to 30? I think that's how that works. Now with science. Also thrust limit. Save that. Let's crew it with a scientist this time. See how this works. So we won't have SAS, but the flight wasn't too bad. Alright, let's save this and launch. Goo pods need symmetry. I mean, do they though? Because really, we're only going to tilt this one direction. We're going to aim it towards the destination. Now I am hitting F4 here, guys, but I am not seeing the targets. So F4 does not seem to do anything for me. Control F4 or Alt F4? Oh, I hit Alt F4. I'm an idiot. I hit Alt F4 trying to see if there was some weird key combination, and I quit the game. Man, I tricked myself. I used to do that as a joke in like forums and chats. I remember in World of Warcraft, newbies would be like, "How do I accept a quest?" And you'd be like, "Oh, just hit Alt F4." Oh gosh, that's funny. Oh boy. I don't think we had an autosave there. Yeah, I don't think we had Control Alt Delete. Yeah. I don't think we had saved the game there. So if we go look at our active contracts. Oh no, there's the maneuver too. Hold on, maybe we did. Oh. This is the new one? Yeah, this is the new one. Okay, all right, we're good. All right. All right, so from here, we can toggle the map view. Maneuver mode, no. Docking mode, no. Display staging. All right, let's look at the map. So yeah, we want to face pretty much due west here to head towards this location. And if I hit, okay, let me go back to the map here. If I hit Z, it does go all the way up to max, but we did put that thrust limiter on. So I'm not sure. Let's just test it out. All right, so we want our window facing pretty much due west. So we're going to rotate here on the launch pad. And then I guess we're going to try this. We're going to fly up and over. Nope. Oh, yikes. Okay. Let's try that again. Yeah, without SAS, it's a little bit harder. Bob's not that great a pilot. All right, let's try this again. Okay, we've got a pretty solid heading. I'm just going to keep this for now. It does seem like the thrust limiter is working here. Okay. Did we get far enough or close enough? We're gonna die here. I don't think we got far enough. Let's take a look. Yeah, we didn't get far enough, and we weren't going the right direction. Wait, it's a little bit more south than I thought. So maybe, let's see. If we go back to launch and try that again, could it be that I need more thrust, or maybe I need less thrust? I wonder what... I'm not quite sure how this works. Let's bump this up to, say... Because with less thrust, we should use less fuel and get a longer burn. Let's take it down a bit, actually. Let's take it down to, like, 20... Let's take it down to 20. Let's see what this does. Okay, so we're gonna hit Z. We're gonna stage. Okay. We're getting some height. Oh man, you gotta be real gentle with these controls. Okay, we're still thrusting. Yeah. What? Yeah. Oh, okay. Nope. All right, let's revert flight. So that's too low on the thrust meter. Maybe I need one more can of fuel here. Bob, that science nerd, couldn't fly a paper plane. Thrust up full blast first, then tilt and lower. You gotta get high enough for the... Okay, all right. Let's remove the thrust limiter. Or let's put it at, I guess... Yeah, let's put it at like 70, 75 here. Or something. Let's try this. So we'll orient ourselves towards our objective. It's over there-ish. And then we'll Z, and we will launch. Okay, and then we'll then we vector down the thrust. Nope. Yeah, see, it's already gone. All right, let me revert this flight. So when I did it myself, the way I got it to work was I did not have the thrust limit. And instead, I kind of manually put the throttle right there. That's how we kind of got it to work that one time. So let's try that again. Kind of want to go in this direction. All right. Yeah, he's not a great pilot, guys. But we're kind of going the right way now. All right, we're flying. Let's jettison that. Now that's interesting. When we jettison, we might start losing our velocity because we're going too far, or we're not going. We're not aerodynamic. Where are we in relation to our objective? So we were heading to. We're kind of getting there. Oh, that's way too late. Okay, let's revert flight, and then let's go add another fuel canister. You're a beast. Manual's a pain. And all the friggin' fighting with controls losing you thrust. Get a pilot with SAS. Okay. So I sort of understand what you're saying. The more we kind of like fiddle with the stuff, the worse it gets. But I want to take the scientist out there because otherwise I can't do the canister and the other thing. Let me go back to. Let's recover the vessel. And we'll go back to the VAB and tweak things a little bit. Did I have any other... Where is it? Let's open the maneuver 2. Did I have... I only had the one type of science, right? Or the two types? Those two? Okay. Let me add one more fuel tank here. And I think we will keep the thruster limited at 30% here. I think that's fine. Let's save the updated version and launch. Do we have crew? There's no crew. All right, let's get the scientist back in there. Let's save that and let's launch this. Okay, so we've got a little bit more fuel this time to go a little bit further. And I will avoid the decoupler, I think, because until we get further, because I think when I decoupled it and it lost its kind of like aerodynamic shape, or the center of mass changed when it was just the capsule, because the center of mass on this is really low. So we will keep the body for a good long while to get distance while we're in there. All right. So we want to go pretty much due southwest here. I think we went too far last time. And we're going to Z and rely on the limiter at 30%. And then we're going to stage. Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good. I don't want to use the controls too much here. I'm going to stay on pretty much a straight line. Let's check the map. We are headed a little bit too far south. And we have already run out of fuel. Huh. Maybe it was heavier. Let's revert flight to launch to vehicle assembly. All right, let's remove the thrust limiter then. And let's see, what else can we do here? We probably need another stage as well. So is this using the fuel from both of these tanks? Or it should be, right? You can do it from inside the craft. I never bring a scientist or play science mode when you're new at the game. You can test the experiments with a pilot from inside the craft. Oh, okay. I thought you had to... Actually, I think I knew that, but I thought you got more science if you brought a scientist. Why did the Kerbal astronaut break up with his girlfriend? Because she kept saying launch instead of liftoff. Is that... okay. I guess I'm using the wrong terms there. Hmm. 45 and 55. Is it... Do I have to do something to make it use both of these fuel tanks? It should use both of them, right? Okay. Let's try again. I think we'll leave the scientist in there. What did I come back here for? What was I trying to do? It auto-uses both. Okay. More fuel is more weight, less efficiency, less duration. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. And we were heading, what, not south enough or too far south? So, when we got this to work with the other version, it was right around there. So I don't know what that translates to. Maybe that's close. So like that would be halfway. So this is actually closer to like 45 or something. Or 40 maybe, 40%. Where's the map? Okay. What is the exact heading here? So that would be southwest. So it's a little bit more west than south. So that's west. That's southwest. We want to be kind of aiming. Okay, so we're going to aim toward this little dish or antenna or whatever that is. Right? Where's the front of the craft? Yeah, so the goo container, I want the goo container kind of like this. Okay. And we've got our throttle there. Let's give this another shot. Lift off. Okay, so we got some height and we got some vertical or some forward motion here. I don't know if we're gonna get close enough. Yeah, we would need to pop the chute like now. So we are definitely not getting close enough. We probably need more fuel. That'll fix the problem, right? Sure. Why does it when you remove the crew pod it takes out the scientist? Okay. Let's try with 4 tanks. You are super heavy right now. You can stage the extra engine that has more power. Drop it halfway, then use what you have to get there. Oh, you know what? A booster. That's a good idea. Hang on. Let's go back. Revert flight to launch vehicle assembly. Okay. So let's do this. And also, I forgot I had the decoupler down there. Let's put a booster on it. Pods, engines. Yeah, we have a solid fuel booster. Okay. So, how big is this? Okay, so probably this is a little bit of a problem. We only have the one engine, so if we're gonna do something, can we put this on the bottom? Yeah, we can. All right, this is gonna be weird, but let's see if this works. Where's the decoupler? So we put a decoupler here, and then we put this. Oh, it automatically builds a shroud. Oh, maybe that's what the shroud is. Yeah. So it puts a shroud around it. Got it. Okay. So then this is stage 1. Then we decouple and launch the engine to control it. Okay. And here, we could use the thrust limiter. Let's put this around, like, 42. Sure, 42, the answer to everything. Okay. And then, I think we move this into its own thing. There we go. You know what? This is looking better. All right. Let's save that. Let's crew it. In you go, Bob. Save and launch. All right, so now we've got a way to get height with the booster, and then we can use the other thing to fly. So, once again, we kind of got to turn ourselves. It's turning very slowly, but it is turning. Yeah, it is rotating. Okay. I'm using ChatGDP for the jokes. Why did the Kerbal go to space? To escape the gravity of the situation. It's the right size. You need a coupler. Solid fuel has no thrust control. Yeah, no, I understand. We're going to use the solid fuel to get some height so that we can get further along our trajectory. So the idea is we go straight up on the booster, then we decouple it and use the swivel engine to steer. All right, so let's do a quick save here. I think this might work. All right, well, Z and X. Okay, so as soon as this gets done, we disconnect it. So this is going to give us height. Might actually be too much. We're at 6,000. Okay, so now we lose that. And now... Oh! Whoops. Okay, that... Okay. Some sort of mistake there. We disconnected the... This needs its own stage as well. Okay. And I think we had almost too much fuel there. So let's go here and let's take the solid fuel down quite a ways. So we just want a little bit of height from this, and then we want to be able to maneuver. So let's try this. I'll use the booster to help you get halfway. Double check your staging. Yeah, I had the staging wrong. All right, so we gotta rotate it again. It's really slow to rotate here, but it'll get the job done. There we go. All right, so that's it, I think. So here we go. So the idea is we launch on the booster, we discard the booster, we fire the rocket, steer, discard the rocket, and land near the target site. All right, let's do it. No, wait. How do I get you to face the right way? No! Oh! Damn it. The controls are hard to get used to. Okay, let's launch. We can rotate in flight on the way up to get where we want to be. Okay. Ah. Okay. Well, are we even close? No, we didn't get anywhere near enough. All right, let's try that again. I can't use SAS. I don't have the pilot. I just have the scientist in here. So I think we want to go like over there. Come on. Gosh, he's terrible. Where are we going? What kind of direction are we going in? Yeah, horrible. Horrible. Maybe this isn't the way. If I can just get it on the right heading, we could do it. Also, it would be good if I could understand better the controls. I am having trouble with that. It's like the controls don't do what you think they should do. They don't. Damn it, that's annoying. Oh my gosh. Fins to help stabilize and steer could be a good point. All right, let's do that. Revert flight to vehicle assembly. So on this stage we can put some fins. That's probably a good idea. And we could get a little bit of a lifting surface here if we just go, yeah, okay. So let's put fins. Actually, let's put 2 of these on if we can. Can we attach these to the... So we can't attach it to the shrouding. We can do this. Yeah, and this will actually provide some lift as well. So let's do, yeah, all right, let's try that. Maybe that'll help. Sure. Okay, let me do the rotation first. The stage has no stabilization at all. Bye, good, whatever is your time zone. Hey, take care, Roblox. Not that stage, the second stage, the stage you're trying to steer. Pilot cannot physically interact with tests, but he can run them from inside. Yeah, Michael, I understand that. I've heard what you've said. I still want to try and do this. I want to... I've set myself a challenge now, and now I'm being stubborn about it. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna make this work. All right. So Z stage. Oh, hold on. That did something. Okay. This is better. This is better. Okay, all right. I think this worked. The wings, man. The wings might have been the key. Are we headed in the right direction even? I really wish you could pause. Yeah, we're headed in exactly the right direction. Okay, all right. We'll keep the wings here. Now, when we get to, like, 1,300, 1,400, we're going to have to give up if we're not there yet. We're getting a little bit of lift from the wings. Oh, I don't think we're going to be close enough. You are leaving zone. Oh, why am I leaving zone? Oh, I must have while I was in the map. I must have missed it in the map. Hold on. Oh, that was so good. That was it, but I missed it. When I was in the map, it must have said I was entering the zone. Oh, okay. Yeah, the fins absolutely helped. Who recommended the fins? That was great. Pandian. Good way to go, dude. Appreciate that. Okay, so crew report in flight. Does this count? Oh, I might have to do that again. Yeah, I missed it. Oh, we got to do it again. We were right there, though. Once more with feeling, exactly. Okay, all right. Okay, here we go. Yeah, you know what it is? Because we have the fins, the little tiny bit of pitch you can do gets the air resistance makes it like catch the atmosphere and tilt the ship forwards. Okay, we're entering. Crew reports. There we go, contract complete. And yeah, we took a crew report in flight. Near zone 51 RFX. Awesome. Okay. All right. The fins were the answer, man. If you're trying to fly with a rocket, you need something more than just an engine. So, wow. Okay. Woo! Made it. All right, let's get down to the ground. Do some EVA and some science. Now, I do want to see, can I get more science from the scientist than I could have gotten with a pilot? Was Michael right? Did I really not need to do any of this? It's probable. I think he's been playing it a lot more than I have. So we did a crew report in flight. We're gonna keep that. Oh, that's worthless, though, because we already had it. Well, whatever. Okay, we've landed. Now then, let's EVA. And we are going to do an EVA report. That's worthless. We already did this. Then we are going to let go here. And what else can we do? An EVA report here. That's also worthless. Okay. So now, if all right, let's grab this, and let's climb in. So board. If I right-click here and observe the mystery goo, that's 3 science, right? From Kerman's Grasslands. Now, if I EVA. And we let go and go around here. So that was 3 science. Now, if I come over here, reset the goo canister, collect data. No, observe mystery goo. 3 science. Okay. So then the whole collecting data and resetting goo canister. So if we reset, observe mystery goo, keep experiment, collect data, remove data, store experiment. So I guess, yeah, Michael, you were right. For some reason, I thought somewhere I had read or it told me something about you get more science from using a scientist. All right, well, let's log the temperature here in the grasslands. And then take data and store experiment. Okay. So the other option would have been to just do those from inside, which I guess the pilot could have done. All right, fair enough. I'm still happy I managed to get that working. Let's recover the vessel. So we completed another contract, and we earned 5.4 more science, like that. We're up to 276,000 here. Okay, so next, what should we do next? I guess next we try to go to orbit. Let's see what else we have in terms of tests. We could test the radial mount parachute. We could test the back thumper solid fuel booster. What do we get for this? 50 grand? 6 science? I think we can do this. This is a 2-star. Altitude 280,000 meters to 290,000 meters. Okay. To perform the test, activate the part through the staging sequence when all test conditions are met. From RockMax Conglomerates. We've been reviewing our product catalog at RockoMax Conglomerate and have found an oversight. We don't actually know how to attach a back thumper solid fuel booster to other parts. From the bottom to the top, this is the same thing. Okay. Let's go use one of these BACC thumpers. All right, so new vessel. And then the engine, that's the hammer, that's the flea, and this is the back. Okay. So we need to get up pretty high. Let's open up the big dumb candle one. Let's load this. So this one has the maneuverable engine, the swivel, and then it's got some fuel tanks and stuff. It's got like 5 of them. And we got the capsule with Jebediah, and we've got the thing. So what we could do is get rid of these. And we could attach some thumpers, right? Let's see. So there's the front of the capsule. It's going to be facing that way. We can attach some thumpers radially, I think. So attach these like this. Why am I having trouble here? There we go. I need to go like that, I think. Okay. So those things launch it. Let's take a look at the description here. Built with a new, even more volatile fuel, the BACC offers semi-reliable performance at a good price. Okay. Do we have... where's aerodynamics? We do have this aerodynamic nose cone from Goliath National Products. Aerodynamic, lightweight, and mostly non-explosive. As a reminder to all personnel operating nearby, this part is really sharp, and it'd probably hurt if you fell on it. Okay, so we've got 2 boosters. And then once we detach them, oh, but we need a decoupler. Maybe that's the radial decoupler. Yeah, okay. The TT38K radial decoupler, like most other decouplers, is equipped with a hopefully small explosive charge that will sever the structural linkage between itself and whatever it's connected to. All right, so if we put this on here first, like that, right? And then we attach this. Is that attached to the decoupler? Yeah, it is. Okay. So we can do this. So then our staging is boosters first. Then we decouple, right? Then we do the liquid engine. Then we decouple at the top. And then lastly is the parachute. Okay. I think that's right. Yeah? Catch up with the chat here. Let's see. If you're trying to fly with a rocket, yeah, I tested, you won't get more science, but a scientist does have his perks. It would make sense that a scientist generates more science. Maybe once you level up the scientist more, it will give you more. Orbit is mad science. For orbit, face east. Also, middle mouse click on the little circle thing next to the symmetry circle control to enable part snapping. Good staging. Okay, yeah. I think we're good here. Let's check our overlays. Center of mass is centered. Center of thrust is good too. Okay. And I don't think we need any fins. We're just trying to go up. And I think it faces east by default, right? So we might end up somewhere interesting with this. We're trying to get to a certain altitude as well. I do feel like I'm going to throw some science on here as well. I think we'll place a couple goo canisters. And we'll place a couple, well, I think just one of these maybe is enough. Now let's turn off the symmetry. And we'll just throw this right on top of the exit hatch, I guess, or maybe we'll do it on the backside. Yeah. And we want it close to the center, so we'll just stick it there. Okay. I think the mass is small enough that really shouldn't give us too much of a problem. Okay, so we can't steer these. They just go. Let's take a look. We've got thrust limiter. We've got our fuel all set up. These guys have fuel. For you want your altitude at 1500 and minimum pressure of 75.75. And then we'll crew it with an actual pilot this time. So Jebediah is going to go out. That's fine. Okay. So let's save this. Head to the launch pad with it. And let's check our requirements for this contract. Your ship is not built currently facing east. Okay. Does not face east by default. Depends how you build it. I see. Okay. Let's revert back to the vehicle assembly building. So hold on. Right now, we want the hatch facing west so that the front of the ship is facing east, I think. Right? Because, or no, when I had the hatch down, and then when I pressed S, it's pitched forward. So we want the hatch facing the direction we want to go. So you're saying we want to go east out over the river. Or out over the ocean, rather. So at the moment, the hatch is facing south. So we need to rotate everything 90 degrees. Okay. Revert flight, vehicle assembly. Okay. Now, so I see. So that's east out to the water, I think. Right? That's what you're saying? So we need to take these off and take these off. We need to rotate this thing like that. And then come in and reattach so we're facing east. Okay. Oops. We want the... There we go. We want the cockpit hatch facing east. And then we turn on symmetry to put these back on. Yeah? Is that is not symmetrical. Hold on. There we go. I think that looks right. Save. Okay. Now, we haven't done anything with heat shields yet. I don't know how far this is going to go. But let's take a look. Okay, so now we are facing the right way. We've got our boosters set up. They're going to take us up. Now, for the contract, we need a suborbital trajectory, 280,000. Ah, crap. I hit that button by accident. I was trying to do something else. You can just pick up the whole ship and rotate with Q and E. Oh, you can? Oh, okay. In the VAB, you should see the hatch and outside. Looks good. All right, so you said it looks good. Good. Why is there two of these? Eighteen parts and 5 stages. All right, well, let's launch it. Okay, we're set up correctly again. So, boosters, decoupled boosters, liquid fuel engine, steerable, decouple that, parachute. And we need to get to 280 to 290. So we're just going to have to do a test flight here and see how high we go. 3, 2, 1, liftoff. Oh, they wobbled a little bit with the way that they were connected. Still, we're getting some good height. Probably not going to get high enough here. 280 to 290. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, we got a little bit of wobble going on. Oh, that's a cool view. Yikes. 280,000 meters. We're at 30,000 meters. So yeah, we're nowhere near high enough. Almost out of fuel here. All right, so I pretty much eyeballed that. Let's see where our apogee is going to be. I don't know. Maybe we will get high enough. Oh, I just realized this is not going to work. Activate the part through staging. So we're not anywhere near high. So we would need multiple stages to do this. Right? We're in like a weird orbit here. Well, you know what we can do? We can do some science. I guess. Are we technically out of the atmosphere? 280,000 meters. So we would need to be firing it like way, way up high, huh? And there'd be a very limited window to do it, it looks like. Man, that is really cool, I will say. Let's do some science while we're up here. Crew report. Worthless. Yeah, we've already done a crew report in orbit. So we kind of got high enough, but we would then need another solid fuel booster here, and I would be really worried about, like, going on an escape trajectory that gets us out of the planet, like, unable to come home. It's an interesting requirement. So we could now do an EVA, right? Cannot disembark while off of Kerbin's surface. Okay, so we can't do that. We can do a temperature report. 12 science. Okay. Measuring the temperature of space appears to be quite impossible, as there is no matter around to be either hot or cold except the spacecraft and the thermometer itself. This is probably going to give the R&D guys something to think about for a while. That's a good one. And then let's observe the mystery goo. The goo feels right at home here. Wow, 15 science. Okay. And can we repeat that? For more science? Yeah, another 15 science. So now we would just need to get home. Okay, so we failed the contract. If we head out and look at this, it's going to take us a while to get home, and we're going to end up over there. Maybe wherever we land, there's a different biome, and I can do a crew report or an EVA report and get some more science. Let's skip forward a bit here. That was a little closer than I would have preferred. Okay. So we are... Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah. That was way too much re-entry, so we died. Okay. Well, that wasn't good. For re-entry, drop everything after final burn so you don't pick up speed and burn up. SAS, push east at least at 60 degrees. You'll make it. Need more liquid fuel. Science, atmosphere 75K. You know, only EVA once in stable orbit. Observe the second mystery go on the way in. You won't get both goo and orbit. It's the same experiment. Okay. How are we gonna lift off and then have another one of these things to fire? Okay, I think we need a new ship here. And we start with one of these. And then we put another one on top of it. Like that. And try and get up just like that, I guess. So we would have a decoupler here. And then another one of these. So this one hopefully gets us high enough and in a stable enough orbit that we can then fire this one at that altitude. Although then it seems like we go shooting off into the end of time and never come home. So I'm worried about that. Too much weight to stack. Okay. You won't get, use the version 2 boosters, but add more liquid fuel cans. Well, we have to test this. This is the BACC Thumper. We have to test this at 280,000 meters. So how exactly do we do that? We have to get up high first. I'm too tall to keep stable. So how would I do it then? Do I bring the booster along and then fire it later? The V was type O. That doesn't mean anything to me, Michael. The V was type O? Don't save. All right. Let me look at this contract again. Test the Thumper on a suborbital trajectory over Kerbin. So we have to be in a suborbital trajectory at an altitude of 280,000 meters and then activate the part through the staging sequence. So we have to get up first and then fire the booster, which doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. I have to use a thumper really high up. I don't quite get how I'm going to do that. I guess I use 3 thumpers. So we'll go with the radial coupling here. And we will do this. And then we'll get 2 more of those thumpers. And slap those on like this. Right? Then we put a crew pod on the top. We'll put another decoupler here. Put a crew pod on top. And a... Wait, did I have a decoupler? Yeah. And this guy, right? So then, basically what we're doing is we're trying to say, use these 2 to get into a suborbital and get high enough. And then fire this, I guess. And what we can do here, actually, is for this one, we can put the thrust limiter at like 5 and put the solid fuel at like nothing. All we have to do is stage it through the part. I guess I'll put like a little tiny bit of fuel in, just in case. I guess with that much fuel, it doesn't really matter. So we just put a tiny bit of fuel in that one. These ones... Oh, damn it. So these ones have full fuel. That one has full fuel. This one has next to nothing. Okay. And these need to be lower down. Like that. Why is that not... No, it's not connecting to the... It's not connecting to the decoupler for some reason. There we go. I think I need these lower. Yeah, okay. So these fire, and then we get a little teeny tiny fire from that one. So we don't go, like, flinging off to the stars. Throw this on there as well. And then we want to rotate, like so. Nope, like so. There we go. Okay. Now we can put our science crap back on. And we can put on a thermometer as well. Okay. I think this could work. I think this gets us where we want to go. So we're going to crew it with a pilot, right? Valentina. Is there anything else I want to do here? Use the third one to slow down. No thrust control for solid fuel. Bob Schwan, welcome back to the channel. I don't think limit does anything for solid fuel. Don't forget heat shield. I don't have a heat shield. Preset your science by pinning to screen. And aerodynamic fins. Yeah, I'm worried about the heat shield thing. I don't know if I can even survive re-entry because it gets sending us so high up. We want the kind of the absolute max to be 280. So maybe I do limit these a little bit. Let's put that at 574. Okay, so those are radial. So we don't want to go that high, actually, is the thing. We want to get up to right outside the atmosphere and then come back down without building up too much speed because I don't have a heat shield here. Engines, command and control, structural. Like, I haven't unlocked that yet. Maybe I should. Maybe I should go spend the science to get it. Thermal? Maybe that's worth doing. Alright, let's do that. Let's save this for the moment. And let's go over to research and development, and let's find the heat shield. I think it's time to spend some of the science we've been earning. General construction. Survivability, here we go. So this gets us the heat shield. Another science instrument, I guess. A radiator panel, dissipate heat. Landing strut. Radial mount drogue chute, parachute, and service bay. protecting delicate instruments or stowing small service components such as RCS tanks, batteries, etc. Okay. We're going to spend 15, and we're going to unlock that. All right, so back to the VAB. Let's check out our new heat shield. So if we go to thermal, all right, so we've got two. 0.625 meters and 1.25 meters. Manufactured by OMB Demolition Enterprises, a tiny structural heat shield and a small structural heat shield with an integrated fairing. All right, so where is our capsule? Oh, did it really get deleted? Oh, I guess we gotta rebuild it. Okay. So we'll pull out one of these, stick that there, and then we'll stick our capsule on top of it. Like that, right? So now we've got a heat shield. We'll get a we'll get a parachute. Okay. And this guy we're gonna configure for probably 2,000 because we're coming down pretty fast. Sure, why not? Let's do your science. So we have a new thing here. What does this look like? Okay. So we've got a new thing here as well. We can do a new type of experiment. Device for measuring the local atmospheric pressure, warranty void if exposed to air. Oh. By Probodobodyne Inc. All right, so let's start with our goo canisters. Actually, do we need goo canisters? We've already done these. I think we do need this. So let's go radial like this. Throw the goo canisters on. We'll throw some pressure barometers on. Got a couple of those. And then we will throw on one tiny, teeny little thermometer. Okay. And we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. So crew, we'll send Valentina. She's our best pilot. And then staging we need to do. So staging is these two first. Followed by the radial decouplers. So that's stage 5. Then, our test that we're doing, we need to be at the right altitude for this, so I need to be careful not to do this too early. So, real boosters, decoupler, test booster. What is this lighting up? Well, you can certainly go. We don't need you. I don't know why you're there. Okay. Last decoupler and then parachute. Okay, I think we're set now. Maybe I have one more stage than I need. So, get up there. Get rid of those. Test this. Get rid of everything except the heat shield, and then try to do re-entry. Try to survive re-entry. And we want to do space science when we're up in orbit. All right. So this is going to be the... we need a name for this. Your staging's messed up. Get a probability to Duna on this launch, and I subs and like on all your views. Radu, I'm sorry, man. I would love to get your sub, and I appreciate the challenge, but get a probe to Duna. That's way, way out. This is my 3rd episode ever. This is like hour 5 and 6 for me of playing this game. I haven't watched any tutorials. I'm learning it all by myself as I go, so there's no way that's happening, unfortunately. You fixed it. All right, the Stanislavson, thank you. Once you pass 10K angle for 60 degrees, and you still subbed, thank you. I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. Okay, so let's think this through. I do need a name for this spacecraft. It's a test harness, and what? Kind of threw it together at the last second. The potluck one. Or testing VACC. All right. And some science. All right. Let's go to the launch pad. Now, we're facing east. And let's see. Somebody gave me a tip here. Once you pass 10K. Yeah, Michael said once you pass 10,000 feet, angle for 60 degrees. Okay. So that's this line here. So I want to press S, I think. So we're going to turn SAS on for stability assist. We are going to do some launchpad science because we have a new science part, which is this this barometer. So we're going to log pressure data. Look at that, 3.6 science. Collected and recorded atmospheric pressure data from the surroundings. We could do another one while flying, and then, but the one in orbit's probably going to be worth more. So what we'll do is, after we're kind of, like, after the launch, we'll make sure we do the science. Okay. We want to, what do we want to do? We want to hit our throttle up to full. What else do we do before launch? I think at this point we just stage it, right? And then start going. Was there anything else we wanted to do? We need to hit this altitude and be in a suborbital trajectory before we fire the last one. So we'll see whether or not this works. Here we go, guys. Liftoff. Pin your other test here on the launch. Okay, so we will pin this, this, this. Oh, I see. So we'll pin that and we'll pin this. So we can do our 3 sciences over here. And let me just make sure. Can I, if I observe this, it's nothing, right? Oh, there's like a little bit. Okay. Reset goo canister. Maybe we'll do that one in flight. Or, you know what? Let's just do it now. Because 0.7 science is 0.7 science. We'll take it. Or actually, you know what? Maybe we should... Will it throw off the aerodynamics if that's open? I wonder. Well, we can find out. All right, guys, here we go. Wish me luck. 3, 2, 1, launch. Okay, I want to watch for 10,000 feet and try and angle to 60 degrees. All right, 1,000. 2,000. 3,000. I don't think we're going to have enough fuel here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm trying to pitch, but it's not really working because this doesn't... Why did that blow up? I'm trying to get to 60 degrees. Okay, now we can kind of get there a little bit. And yeah, not so much. Okay, so I doubt we're going to get high enough here. Let's look at our projected trajectory. Yeah, we're not... I don't think we're going to get high enough here. Because we're only at 40,000. And I wasn't able to, I really wasn't able to steer very much at all. So we would need another kind of, hang on, let's go back, revert flight. We would need another stage where we can control things. So for example, what if, all right, so let's do this. What if we come in here and we change we change how the boosters work, right? So we put the boosters on the front and back like this. Did I lose that? Yeah, hang on. We put the boosters on the front and back, and then we put another set of engines that we can control on the right and left so that we can pitch forward. So we have another set of engines here. So if we go into the fuel tanks, like do something like this, right? I need another set of radial decouplers here. So let's do like this. And then we'll attach a pair of the swivels. Or no, I guess we have to do the fuel first. So like this, maybe? These have to be attached to the decouplers. Having trouble getting it on there. Is that... Yeah, okay. So now we do something like... Hang on, is this upside down? Is that what's going on? So then we do something like this, and put two of the swivel engines on here, and then we can control ourselves after the initial boost, and kind of get ourselves up higher, or into the orbit we want. Where's aerodynamics? Aerodynamics. So do you guys think that would work? So we boost up with these, get rid of them, and then we control ourselves with these to get into orbit. Let's see. We catch up with the chat. Ignore explosions. It's the boosters exploding behind you as they collide midair. Fins will help, so will liquid fuel engine, but that adds weight. Enable snapping if you haven't, really helps. Yeah, snapping is enabled. It's down here. So I had it on. The solid fuel is better off in the middle. Too hard to nail the orbit. Liquid fuel. Maybe just make a main liquid fuel stage with liquid boosters and the solid ones just empty them. Burn all four of those at the same time, but put the liquid at 30% thrust limit. That's an interesting idea. So the reason I need this thing in the middle, we can't have a main stage, is I need to test this. This is the piece we're trying to test. So that piece has to be there. I guess I could have two of them, two empty ones, around the side of a liquid fuel rocket. That's an interesting idea. Okay. So you're saying limit the thrust over here to like 30%. That will preserve the fuel, maybe? So these they all fire at the same time at launch. These run out faster, though. Okay, so let's look at our staging now. So these come down here. The two, all the engines, the boosters and the two engines fire. Then we decouple the boosters when they run out. And we need another stage to decouple the other engines when they run out. And that leaves us with the booster and the final decoupler and then the parachute. Okay. I don't know how this is going to play out, guys. Let's find out. Are we crewed? We're crewed. All right. Let's try this. Oh, vehicle assembly building can't support vessels over 30 parts. Let's look at the engineer's report. We're at 31 of 30. So we can just get rid of this. Launch without it and see what happens. I don't think that'll be too bad. Actually, I did see some fire in the sky. All right, so we're going to take this off instead. We'll have one less of these fuel cans. But if we go like that, at least we have a little bit of control to get ourselves to orbit. Maybe. This is a weird ship, guys. It's a weird ship. Let's see how it does. It'll burn longer, also lower them too high up. Oh, you're right. That's a good point. Well, no, we'll be almost out of the atmosphere. They're lower on the center. You know what? Let's just try it. Let's see what happens here. Now, why aren't we facing... We are facing the right way. Okay, here we go. Up we go. Yeah, so those are burning a lot faster. Okay. I forgot to do my science, but that's all right. I was curious how this is going to play out. That seemed bad. What just happened? Okay, hold on. What just happened? The radial decouplers didn't work. They kind of like blew up. Oh, my these aren't attached correctly. That's why. There we go. I'm lucky the whole thing didn't blow up. Okay. That seemed like it was kind of working. Let's try that. Let's try that one more time. Let's go launch this. All right, so we're going to turn on SAS for stability. Right? And we're going to do the barometer experiment. Keep that. And then we're going to do the goo experiment. Keep that. We're going to pin these three. So barometer, goo, and temperature get pinned. And we are going to bring up our contract and pin that. All right, so let's try this again. 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8, 9. Then we go for 60. Okay, that's about 60. Doing my best here, Valentina. Pretty stable. We're at 60 degrees. Forward instead of backwards, but maybe that doesn't matter. We're still going. We got to get to 280,000. I don't know if we're gonna make it. Still got thrust. We've got a good velocity. We're still accelerating with the liquid fuel. Let's take a look. This is growing a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna be high enough. All right, so we're out of fuel. Jettison those. If we can get to 280, we can fire this. But I don't think we're going to get there. See, we're already falling out of orbit. And yeah, we're not going to get high enough. Velocity, altitude 56. Okay, so we're not getting high enough with this build. The good news is the basic idea of being able to maneuver kind of did work. So let's see, how can we fix this? It works, do it. Purple thing, maneuver mode tells you how high it will go. Get launched, just a liquid fuel rocket. At your level, orbit is barely possible. 60 degrees to the east, so you don't fight planet rotation. Look at your map. Click on the purple icon at the bottom left. It gives you information about your orbit. Okay, I'll do that on the next launch. So I think we did that right. We pitched forward into the east. So I think we kind of did what we were supposed to there. So how do we get more lift? Because we're at the part limit as well. So, all right. I think we need to get rid of this for now. In fact, we need to get rid of all of this. Okay, let's take a look, because this is the central piece we need to test, right? Let's take a look at our engine. So we have the Thumper, maximum thrust, ISP 175, and then this one, this big one, maximum thrust 197, ISP 170. Train from other parts. So this one has what? More max thrust than this one? Max thrust 250 kilonewtons, 197 kilonewtons. And the ISP is higher. So no, this is the one we want, I think. Yeah, 162, 197, 250. All right. So I think we'll start with 4 of these is how we'll start. If we go to decoupler, or if we go to decouplers and we switch into 4, right? And we place these like this. And then we get 4 more of these engines, right? And throw those on there. That should get us enough lift to get up there. And then how do we, when we're done, how do we, you know what I mean? How do we navigate? How do we tilt ourselves? We need some kind of engine somewhere with one of these. Use solid fuel boosters instead of liquid and add fins. Put 6 of them on the bottom with fins. So you think if I add fins, even though we can't swivel this, we'll be able to steer it? All right. Well, we only want to tilt one direction, so maybe, okay, maybe this will work. Let's try that out. Let's go to 2 here and just throw 2 of these on. Why is it swapping back? I don't want you to swap back. I want to be at 2. No, okay, I have to do this manually, I guess. Doesn't work. All right, I guess we have to use 4. So we'll do that, and then we'll put some caps on, and maybe this will work. I don't know. Let's see. We'll give it a shot. Maybe we can pitch a little bit with the fins. So let's check our. We need another stage up here. The central one needs another stage as well. The test. Okay, so boosters to get high, get rid of them. Test this at 280, get rid of it, come home. We've got the heat shield, we've got the science experiments and stuff. All right, we'll try this. The small fins, not the curved ones. Contracts are not precision. Just go straight up. You don't need to orbit. Just a suborbital trajectory. A straight line counts as one. Oh, okay. Okay, so as long as we get high enough, we're fine. All right. Should I switch to the cheaper fins? Aerodynamics. Is this all we need? It seems like we would need the bigger ones. I guess that's enough. All right. Let's try this. SAS turned on. Mystery goo. Observed. Barometer. Pressure logged. And then pinned and pinned and pinned here. So that's going to let us get some more science if we get kind of up near the edge of the atmosphere. Contract open. And throttle at full. All right, let's try this again. And then if we come in here and turn on maneuver mode, I think this is what somebody was saying. They wanted to see this. It's not available yet. Oh, wait, it is. Maneuver mode. Purple. So this isn't in orbit yet. Maybe that's why. We can't see anything. Doing well. Going straight up. Valentina's doing a good job. We are hitting some speed here that is worrying. Some stuff just happened. We're going too fast. Going too fast. So we got to limit some stuff. You'll reach 50K, etc. Apoapsis. Okay, straight up. 100K apoapsis. Get science from high space above Kerbal. Kerbin. Yeah, okay. So we can't go that fast. So we do need to limit the thrust on these, or we'll put this at like, we'll put this thrust down at like 85. Does that go to all of them? Yeah, let's see what happens if we limit the thrust. Does that change anything about that launch? Your fins burn off, don't worry. Heat shields, add one on top. Add a heat shield on top instead of this aerodynamic thingamajig. Okay, we'll try that next. I want to see what effect the thrust limiters have. Wait a minute. Activate engine. Run test. Oops. So run test actually, yeah, gotcha. All right. I want to see. Now we said we limited the thrust, but I don't see that like as part of this interface. All right. This is just to see whether we burn up or not. I guess we'll just launch this. Oh, that doesn't matter because they're solid fuel rockets. So is it if we limit the thrust like that, does that change the behavior once we get up high? Add heat shields with the cones. This rocket will complete the contract, just go straight. Okay. So it looks like limiting the thrust may have worked as intended. No, here we go. This is where it started to get wonky last time. Okay, so the fins are exploding. I am not sure what all of that was, but it looks like she's still alive. Okay. So now the purple thing. Apoapsis, 317,000, and we need 280. So we are going to get high enough on this burn. Okay. 317. And then we're going to come back down into the ocean. All right. So since we're in orbit now, or outside of the atmosphere, let's do some science. We lost the goo canisters. They blew up. Okay, that was part of what blew up. So they were not able to survive the exit. Okay. Well, all right, we got to watch down, get between 280 and 290. I got to fire this thruster. Oh, you can also, there's something else I found out. Where was that? Reaction wheels, control point. Oh, maybe that's not here. There was something where you could see inside. You could see her sitting inside of it. Maybe that's only on the ground or something. Crew report an EVA report for 250K. Fire it towards the Earth. You'll be coming back down too fast if you go higher. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I can EVA. Yeah, I have to upgrade the astronaut complex first. I know about C to toggle the camera. There was a way where you could, on the ground, I had some way to crew hatch. There was something that let you kind of like it cut out parts of the skin here, so you could see her like character model seated like with her back on the ground and facing upwards. But I don't see that here. It may not be available in orbit. All right, I got to pay attention here, guys. Hold on. I guess we're gonna do the burn something like this. I don't know how do I want to be facing this way? I guess, or straight down. What do I want to do here? It doesn't have to finish burning. EVA for stable orbit. Okay, we're so close, guys. I got to do this at 280. I guess maybe I just kind of point it down like this. Okay, well, here we go. All right. And then we want to, oops. Oh, that's a little bit much. We want to orbit, we want to angle the heat shield towards the ground, right? Kind of like this. Let's check. How do we check our orbit? I have to go into the map, right? So we screwed something up and now we're heading, or what are we doing? No, we're still traveling. We did the burn. So we're going to land somewhere over here in the mountains, I think. Apoapsis was changed because we did that burn. So we're almost... Okay, I think I understand. So we're all by ourselves up here. So I think I'm gonna like accelerate through the through most of the orbit and then work on the heat shield here. So we'll do that on the map screen. Go a little bit faster here. Okay, I think now we need to orient ourselves. Stop spinning, stop spinning. Stop. Why does it do it? It's like it does the opposite of what I think it should do for WASD. Okay, looks like we're kind of self-orienting a little bit. Okay, all right. 30,000 meters. 20,000. 10,000 meters. Speed is decreasing rapidly. I think we're going to survive. 9,000, 8,000. I think we staged the parachute now. We set it to open at... We want it to open at least 1,500, I think. Oh, that was... No! Why? I was doing so well. Oh, no. Valentina, why was I so late with that? I thought 1500 was enough. Oh, that would mean I have to redo the whole launch. All right, we can't just kill a Kerbal like that. Oh gosh. It opens automatically. Yeah, let me ask you guys about that real quick. So, if I set this to altitude of, I guess 1500 was way too late. If I set this at 3000 and then stage it, it'll deploy at 3000 or 1500 is when it auto spreads out. You have to manually stage it first. You need at least 3000. Okay, so we've got 3000. All right, fine. We can do... So the goo canisters are going to die. So maybe we just take them off, actually. Oh, and I can show you the other thing I was talking about real quick. Maybe that... Oh, you know what that might be? It might be because I was doing it over here. So I put out the... Yeah, the Sciencey Slug. If I launch this from the runway... Maybe it's because it's on the runway. Check this out, guys. I'll show you what I was talking about. So if you zoom in here and right-click on the capsule, you can... Now it's gone. I swear this was there. View, internal view. There was a way. Interior overlay, that's it. That's what I was trying to find. So this little button here, you can see him from outside, kind of sitting inside the canister. I don't know if you guys knew about that and if or what, but that's what I was talking about before. Slide them a bit further into the crust. EVA now. You can while landed. Yeah, I know you can EVA while landed. I've actually already done an EVA and an EVA report from here, so I don't get any science from this. Whatever, that's fine. Board. And then recover vessel. All right. So let's go back into the VAB, and let's get rid of the goo canisters, because they're just going to explode. Yeah, this one. I wish there was a... Like, there's so many of these saves. I wish that they, showed... like the most recent data or whatever. Dem candle maneuver one PopCap. Like it seems like there's multiple saves with the same name. Whatever. Okay. So I do think we get rid of these. We don't need them. And for these, I think we put the thrust limiter even a little bit lower. Like down to 70. And we take out a little... Well, no, we were pretty close there. Let me put that back, actually. Where was it? 80 something? That's fine. You know what? That worked. We're going to keep what worked. All right, so let's save this and launch it. And this time... this time we will pop the chute a little bit earlier. Oh, you can see it here, kind of. You can kind of see it. I don't think the camera controls work here the same way. So it's sort of hard to get the visual of him. You can see him there, though. Okay. We're going to turn on SAS. We're going to do one barometer reading here on the surface, because this is new, so we get 3.6 for that. And then we are going to pin you and you. So this is the science we're going to do up in space. And other than that, we can do one now. Okay, I think we're good to go here. We almost had it last time. I just screwed up the landing. So let's get up into space. All right. So, we'll go check out the map. And if we look at this, our apoapsis is 283, which is exactly what we need. So we'll go out towards the top of the orbit here. Let me make sure I've not misunderstood something. Yeah, we're good, we're good. 283. We're going to be right where we need to be. Okay. Now, so when that hits 280, we're going to fire, and we want to point back down towards the Earth. Or Kerbin, rather. So something like that should be fine. Let's do our science. We can do, I don't think we need a crew report. We've already done that before. So this is going to send us back down as soon as we hit 283. And I guess I can just point it straight. I can just point it straight directly at the Earth, or the Kerbin, rather. Okay, we're almost there. As soon as that check mark turns green, we're good to go. All right, so there's the contract complete. We're headed back down. Do our separation. And now we just have to land without crashing this time. Get in roughly the right orientation here. So as I'm doing these maneuvers, I'm using up the monopropellant or the electric charge, I think. Okay, let's speed up a bit. Okay, there we go, there we go. So 20,000, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. We're going to stage, as soon as this is safe, we're going to stage it. 9, 8, 7. Okay, we've staged it. So as soon as we hit 3,000 and 0.75 atmospheric pressure, which we're already at. So as soon as this hits 3,000, it should release the chute, right? That's how that works. Come on, parachute. There it is. Okay. I think we've done it. I think we have done it. Crew report over the Highlands. You get a great view of the Highlands. That's a new report. That'll be worth some science. We already did that one. Review data. This is 12 science. This is nothing. So let's do a temperature log over the Highlands and overwrite that one. So that's 5.6. There we go. Okay. And then this one, if we review data, yeah, 18. Atmospheric pressure scan while in space, high over... What? Oh, that scared me. That was the sound of the chute droguing. Okay. Instrument read 0. It's back vacuum. Right. Okay, so we're keeping that. And then you over here, what are you at? So this is atmospheric pressure from launch pad. I think I'm going to overwrite this with atmospheric pressure from the Highlands because we can get the launch pad really easily. Let's log pressure data here. Yeah, see, 8.4. We'll keep that. All right, she's landed safely, you guys. All right, wow. Woo! That took... I learned a lot from this stream, but that took a lot of work and a lot of failure to get here. But thank you so much, guys, for all of the advice in the comments. I really feel like you helped me a lot having you guys here. Okay, so we earned 111 science from that. Amazing. Amazing. And we got back all our stuff and our crew member. Jebediah is alive. Was that Jebediah? I thought we went out with Valentina. No, we went out with Jeb. And we got like almost 100,000 Kerbal bucks. So this was a pretty strong day for Kerbal Kind. We got that contract done. Let's look at our messages here. We have another world first milestone. The recent accomplishments of our space program have attracted contributions from numerous organizations. We've broken a land distance record of 32 kilometers. That got us 10 grand and 1 science, and then the contract was 50 grand, 6 science, and a bunch of reputation, which got turned in, some of which got turned into money. So very cool, very, very cool. I'm very, very happy with our progress today. So we do have the one grave over there. I feel like maybe if it didn't cost money to hire astronauts, because if we go over here, it costs 62 grand, right? And because I'm in career mode, I gotta watch my funds. If it weren't for this, I would play permadeath, where, like, if I had unlimited funds, I'd play permadeath, where every time we hire a Kerbal and they die, we add to the graveyard. But if I do that, I'll very quickly run out of money. Yeah, this was great. I learned quite a lot about the game today, and made some progress. Got a bunch of science, so we have 111, so we can unlock a bunch of stuff. I do probably want to. What did we unlock today? Survivability. I probably want to experiment with these parts first and learn how they work before we unlock anything else. But I think at some point in the near future, we're going to unlock aviation and get into building a space plane and see what that looks like. But that's going to be it for today. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. Radu, Pandian, Michael Linsenmeyer, the Stanislavson, Roblox was here briefly, Jaco, good to see you, Bob Schwan. Lots of folks came by. It was really fun hanging out with you guys and getting some advice and chat, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. A couple of deaths that we had to revert. Thank goodness we're a deity, but in the end we got that contract. We got that done and learned a lot in the process. So pretty soon we'll be going to orbit. Maybe 2 or 3 more streams we'll be going to orbit. We'll see. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Take care.